It's 2017, and AKAI has released the MPC X and the MPC Live at the 2017 NAMM show. It's a pretty big hit. And the reason being, there hadn't been a standalone MPC in over 8 years. So people want it, and they want to see how it works. But it works perfectly with the software on your computer as a controller, and also the same software is inside of the MPC. There are no problems with it. Now, the MPC X sells for about $2,500. That includes tax. And the MPC Live sells for about $1,500, and that includes tax. But the economy is doing better since the recession. People are actually out shopping. And then this happens. The coronavirus hits the world. And of course, people are indoors more. They're wearing masks. They're working from home. They're doing everything from home. But one thing is for sure, they have time. And so the MPC X and the MPC Live are still selling, even more than before. And they've had a plan that they want to enact, and they've been setting it up for a while. They want to go back to the MPC2000XL in this way, though, with the brand new MPC style. They want to use the science of the current MPC, the MPC X, the MPC Live. They're the same device, just less buttons or more buttons, more Q links or less Q links, a bigger screen or a smaller screen. The science is still there. But they want to get a smaller demographic point. People who want to get into the MPC but can't afford it. They want to make an MPC that's like a 2000XL, but all the mode buttons are right there. So, in 2020, AKAI introduces a brand new MPC, the MPC ONE. And as you can see, it looks similar to an MPC 2000XL. I know you old heads can see that, but in reality here, it's not that. It's the brand new MPC X and Live science in one machine. But you'll notice one thing for sure, the buttons are there like they used to be before. We can go to modes instantly. Rather than looking at a menu like you would have to do on the MPC Live, you can look here, know where that button goes, boom, I know what that does. You hit it, you're in it. Also, it's a smaller compact size, but it still has the science. For example, it has Ethernet. Eventually, you're going to have to update something. Update the software on this MPC ONE. Or maybe there's a compressor that's an air compressor inside that machine that may be updated. They will have to start going to VST3 eventually as the science improves. And so when it does, these new MPCs are ready for that with Ethernet. They're understanding their customers more as well. There's gold, there's black, and retro. Let Andy explain more about the MPC ONE.
So you've got two choices, right? So the standalone aspect makes you really kind of like create dynamically with the music because you're not tied to the DAW. So you're focused on the sounds, the beat, the groove. And then if you want to use any of the DAWs that are out, if you want to put this into FL or Logic, you can just stem it out, or you can put it into controller mode and use it as a plugin. So you've got the best of both worlds. But the fact is, it's supportable, it's compact. You know, everyone's trying to condense their studios down because of the size, fits in the studio nice. But one of the amazing things about it is all of the tactile buttons. You've got a button for every feature, and what that's done, that's also resonated to the classic XL guys as well. So awesome workflow. Yeah, so really, really simple. So you could start kind of launching melodics and vocals and clips. So we've got a huge factory library in here. Now, we've been working with people like Decap, Raw Cuts, MSX Audio, MVP. So you've got so much stuff that's like ready to go. But what you can also do, so once you've you've got a kit up here, they're all ready to go. But you can also go into like notes mode and start using instruments and start using chord progression. So now you'll know that'll work straight on a beat straight away. You can then bring in some like filter types. So for me, that's a really important aspect of like the creative process. Makes it fun, hands-on, right? So once you've got that, right, you can start doing stuff like this. So there's the musical aspect. You can go to the grid. We can look at the notes. Okay, then all your beats come in. Bass lines, everything's running standalone. You can do all your mutes, bring your effects in. We could go to XY effects, tape stops. So you've got all of the tricks and tips that people are using in today's productions. And you can see that way I'm engrossed in the hardware. I'm not getting sidetracked. Once I got my track running, I could just go to export, go to export, and that's it. I can have all the separate parts and then continue in my DAW. So yeah, it really resonates to the whole new generation of beat makers.
If you want to view our instructional video for the MPC One, it's in our YouTube channel, Sample Kings. As you can see right there with the logo. Just scroll down to our top instructional videos, you'll see it there. The AKAI MPC One for beginners, the full workflow guide. If you want to purchase the download, the link will be in the description below. And this is our MPC One. Those are our pads, classic MPC pads. They work great. This is a great device, actually, for someone starting out. Now here we have the note repeat button, and on the bottom it says latch. All the red indications on a button mean press shift first. Now this is our erase button to erase notes off the grid. Here we have our copy and delete. So it's copy, press that, press shift, and press that button, it's delete. Next we have our 16 levels, and it says notes on the bottom. So 16 levels in audio and filter, all that. And we have full level, and then we have half level. Now this is the monitor. It's not flip up, but it is a 7-inch touchscreen display. Here we have our Q-Link knobs, all 4 of them. Now next to that, we have the different Q-Link lanes. There are 4 lanes, so 16 different features for the Q-Link. We have our pad bank. We have 8 banks. Next, we have the main, we have the program, we have track mix, track mute, and then we have next sequence. So it's main, browser, track mix, track mute, and main sequence, or next sequence. Now below here we have the menu button, you see right there, and our shift buttons right there. Now next to that we have our data wheel, and of course the minus and plus buttons. Next to that we have 2 more buttons, which are tempo, or tap tempo, and undo and redo on the bottom. Now here we have our step sequence, timing correct, sampler, sample edit, program edit. They take you to different modes within the MPC program. And below here we have our transport section. We can record, overdub, stop, play, and play from the start. Let's look at the back of our MPC One. Okay, this is our master volume, the output, to play it back and hear it. Next, we have the main output. This will go to your speakers, left and right. Now to record in, we have input, which is left and right also. The lines are balanced, so it should have a great sound. Here, we have our record volume in. Just adjust it, don't distort. Now here we have our CV gate outputs. Next, we have the MIDI out and MIDI in. Then we have our USB right here. This is for our computer. I can also put a hard drive here, USB right there. And this is the link for Ethernet. Put your power button in and press on and you're ready to go.